another episode of
The Horror Guys.
Yay!
I'm Kevin.
I'm Brian.
We're going to talk about some horror movies we saw this week.
And of course, as always, the horror movies are available to read at horrorguys.com, where we have the full movie synopsis, including all the spoilers are there, along with our commentary and even a spoiler-free judgment zone that you can check out one movie a day every day of the week, and they are there for a long, long time.
And it gives you a little taste to give you our opinions and let you know whether we think you should see it or not.
Or, if you're lazy, you can just go over to horrorweekly.com, put your email address in there, and boom, once every Sunday, you'll get an email with all our reviews in there. You don't need to go or do anything. It's so much easier.
Yeah, I like that.
Or if you're a real fan, of course, you can go to horrormonthly.com and pick up our print magazine, printed on actual paper, usually about 120, 150 pages long. Fun.
You should do people should do all these things.
Yeah,
Yeah, they should.
Yeah.
But what do we have this week?
Movies.
Movies?
We got to do movies too?
We do.
Well, what are we going to watch?
Well, we got a blast from the past, 1976's The Town That Dreaded Sundown.
Ooh.
That sounds ominous. And a little further ahead in time, they tried to Americanize Godzilla in 1998.
They tried.
And they made a Godzilla. It's just titled Godzilla. He comes to New York instead of Tokyo or Japan. And then 2017, we take a trip across the ocean to European films and
let's go to European.
to see European films and see Thelma. And 2024's For God's Sake, Wake Her Up. And the brand new The Death of Snow White, just out this year.
Yeah, very cool.
Mm-hmm. Nice collection of stuff this week.
All right, well, what are we going to do first?
We should start with The Town That Dreaded Sundown.
Oh, you're going all kinds of different orders from what I was expecting. Okay.
Okay. I saw this one when I was...
Listeners, I'm as confused as you are.
I was 10 years old when I saw this.
I don't think I had seen it before.
And I remember it freaking me out at the time. It freaked me out less this time, but I thought it was still an entertaining watch. This is based on a true crime story. There was random attacks in Texarkana, Arkansas in early 1946. That there were at least 5 deaths and 8 woundings, and they were all thought to be by the same person. And the Phantom case was never solved. It's a well-put-together documentary. A lot of the people are playing themselves in it. Everything seems accurate for the 1946 cars and people and props, and we thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, and I just noticed the director, Charles B. Pierce.
Yeah?
He's the same guy who did the movie we're going to do next week, The Legend of Boggy Creek.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize it. It's total coincidence that we got two of his movies in the same week.
Okay, yeah, I didn't notice it was the same guy.
Written by Earl E. Smith. Stars Ben Johnson, Andrew Prine, and Don Wells. Hour and 30 minutes. Trailer in the show notes.
You should give him a little taste.
Well, we hear that it's 1946 in Texarkana. Same as Boggy Creek.
Uh-huh.
The war is over and the soldiers are all returning home. At the Red River Army Depot, everything is normal, as is the economic outlook. We're told that it's a very, very normal town, but that a reign of terror is about to begin that people still talk about 30 years later. Well, a couple park the car to make out. We see someone approaching the outside with a sack over their face. The man breaks the window and pulls the young man outside. The girl soon follows. Credits roll. In the morning, the girl is crawling along the side of the road, terribly injured, when a man finds her and calls for help. The deputy reports that the couple both survived, but they're pretty messed up, and they are both in comas. The girl was not raped, but she had been chewed on repeatedly.
Ew.
The police chief wants to warn all the college kids to stay away from Lover's Lane in the future. No suspects are found, and most people quickly get over it.
It's just one case. What could go wrong?
3 weeks later, Deputy Ramsey wants more patrol cars out at Lover's Lane, but there aren't enough men available. He hears shots fired and then finds a car. It's empty, but then there are more shots in the woods. He finds a man's body and then a woman tied to a tree. And the woman has bite marks on her back.
Oh, we're seeing a pattern here.
Yeah, it's a serial killer.
Uh-huh.
And he's not going to stop
Serial
it, too.
attacker, yep.
What's the pattern? Looks like every 3 weeks. Wonder what's up with that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, skipping down here to the end, slasher films in general were still pretty new in 1976. The voiceover narration makes it all seem very much like a documentary about the true crimes that the film is based on. It has local police, state police, Texas Rangers, and each group has different responsibilities, which I thought it made it seem more realistic.
I thought so, too.
Go stake out that place. I can't. That's the other guy's job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they brought in one guy who was kind of a specialist in cases like this, who was kind of overseeing the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is, in fact, based on an actual series of murders, so they had a lot to work with here.
I actually put a link to the Wikipedia page about it, and it was interesting.
There's a little bit of a slapstick with the character Sparkplug Benson and his driving, but it's not generally a comedy. His section was a little bit too silly for this kind of film.
They were trying to liven it up and make it more of an entertaining film, I think. I'm not sure that fit. Yeah.
Well, comparing this to the one we're going to talk about next week, that one had songs that didn't quite fit.
Yeah.
So there's a little preview of next week, Boggy Creek.
And the poster says, in 1946, this man killed 5 people. Today, he still lurks the streets of Texarkana, Arkansas. Probably not. That was a 1976 poster.
Well,
He'd be 50 years older by now.
well, by now, yeah.
But yeah, like they said, it was not solved.
It's very dated, but it was still kind of good.
Yeah, and creepy.
Yeah.
Unsettling. Yeah, because it's real. It was really a person.
Well, it
doing
was
this.
real.
Yeah,
Sorta.
really a person doing these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, what next?
How about Godzilla? 1998's Godzilla.
Directed by Roland Emmerich, written by Dean Devlin, Roland Emmerich, and Ted Elliott. Stars Matthew Broderick, Jean Reno, and Maria Patillo. 2 hours and 19 minutes.
It's an epic.
This might be the longest of all the Godzilla movies. I don't really know for sure, but
Yeah.
it's long.
It might be. Yeah.
Well, this is an Americanized version of Godzilla who makes his way to New York. It's heavy on the action, with enough humor to thoroughly take the edge off the massive destruction and body count that is played down. The creature look and the whole feel of the movie are quite different from the original series of films. It's quite entertaining, but not a good fit in the series.
Yeah, like you referred to it, it's more of a summer blockbuster kind of film.
It's not a horror movie.
No. It's
I mean, yeah, it's got a giant monster and little small monsters, but
in a body count, but yeah, it's really action.
I think the thing I objected to most was the humor.
Mm-hmm. Lots of humor.
I mean, we've been watching we've watched all the Godzilla movies, and some of
and
them
a
do
lot of
have
those-
some funny bits.
a little bit of humor, but this was way too heavy on it.
Yeah, this was, maybe it's lost in translation and the Japanese stuff doesn't seem quite as funny. Mm-hmm. Maybe it would to them.
And we talk about how different it was from the originals, and at the time this came out, there was a nickname circulating, Gino, Godzilla in name only, because it is quite different. Yeah, but
There's a resemblance, but yeah, I don't know. The fire breath was really something.
yeah, and it was still entertaining in its own way. Just didn't seem very Godzilla-y. Yeah. Well, to give you a little taste, we open on old footage of nuclear bomb testing in the Pacific and the native egg-laying lizards of the area as the credits roll. And, cutting forward to the modern day, a fishing boat in a storm sees something weird on the radar, and suddenly a giant claw rips through the side of the hull, and it goes really badly for these fishermen from there. Dr. Nico Tatopoulos.
And it's a repeating joke that no one can say that name right.
Tatopoulos?
Yo, you said it right the first time.
Tatopoulos. No, the different ways that people are pronouncing it, yeah. Well, he's driving to Chernobyl, where he electrifies the soil, and he's taken some worm samples. At least until a helicopter lands from the U.S. State Department. They need him for something bigger to work on.
Bigger.
Yeah. In Tahiti, Philip Roche, a doctor, talks to the lone survivor from the fishing boat. He's radioactive now. When asked what he saw, the old man says, Gajira.
And no one asks what that means.
Yeah. In New York City, Audrey and Charles talk about their promotion that she wants. He just wants to cheat on his wife with her, stringing her along.
One of those guys.
Yeah. Well, Nico is taken to study a giant footprint, lots of footprints and destruction. His new boss, Elsie, explains what they know.
And what is next?
Thelma from 2017.
Directed by Joachim Trier. Written by Eskil Vogt, Joachim Trier. Stars Eiley Harbo, Kaya Wilkins, and Henrik Raphaelson. Hour and 56 minutes.
You might get the impression this is an international film.
It is.
It is, yeah. It is beautifully filmed, very well acted, and super slow moving. But it does build and hold your attention as it does, we thought. When Thelma goes away to college, things start getting strange and then frightening. And then we gradually find out how weird things really are. We both thought it was really good.
I'm going to go out on the limb and say this is my favorite of the week.
Yes, me too.
Okay.
Yeah, clearly.
Well, a little girl and her father walk on the frozen lake in Norway, and we can see the fish down through the ice. She watches as he loads his hunting rifle. He points the gun at a deer, and then swivels to point it at the child's head. He considers shooting her for a long time, but then puts the gun away, and credits roll.
What's that about?
Well, we cut to a university where the now-grown Thelma has her first day. She gets a call from her mother, who's been tracking her location. The parents are very watchful and overprotective. At the library, Thelma starts getting a seizure, and a bunch of birds fly into the windows. The doctor's called, and she wants to get the family history looking for epilepsy. But Thelma is evasive. She doesn't want her parents to know. That night, in her dorm, a snake crawls in through the window and gets into bed with her. Ew?
Ew.
Well, the next day, Thelma talks to Anya, another student, about the seizure yesterday. Thelma's parents come to visit, and they talk about religious topics. They don't like her new attitude. They put her down for not believing in creationism, and of course she's a biology student, so that's a little hard to do.
Yeah, a little bit.
And they talk about her lack of humility. So clearly she comes from this very religious household, and she's trying to expand a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
She sees on Instagram that Anya is still at a restaurant, so Thelma gets herself cleaned up and goes there. She sits with the group, and they all wonder why she doesn't drink. Some of the boys make fun of religion. Afterwards, Thelma goes dancing with Anya. It's fun until her very unhappy parents phone. Much later that night, Thelma wakes up to find Anya standing outside in the park, apparently in a trance. Thelma gets another seizure, and Anya helps her back into her room and spends the rest of the night there.
Mm-hmm.
Parents would probably not approve of that either.
Probably would not.
In the morning, Anya can't explain what she was doing outside the apartment last night, or why she even came there. And that's just starting the weirdness.
Yeah, it is.
There's lots more going on here.
Yeah, lots of weirdness.
It's slow-moving, and much higher on the drama than the horror, but we swap back and forth between the parents being terrible people, or maybe they're innocent victims. We don't know about these parents for a very long time.
But we do find out.
Do we, though?
Mostly, yeah.
It's basically an allegory about how university changes a person. But maybe this is taken a little to extremes here.
Yeah, just a little.
I was kind of expecting the end to be a lot like Carrie, but that's not the way it went. Not exactly.
No.
It's good. It's extremely slow-moving, but surprisingly, I never got bored with it.
And kind of low on the horror, but more of a suspense thriller.
It's definitely there, and when it's over, you don't see the horror as it goes, but it's definitely there and it's done.
Simmering in the background. Yeah.
If you're going to call Carrie horror, this is kind of the same, similar.
Yeah.
Which one next?
How about, for God's sake, wake her up?
Well, the show's not that boring.
This one was directed by Wayne Morehart, written by James Justin Howells, stars Sarah Crawford. Is that?
I think it's Crawford.
Crawford. Yeah. I think we got a typo there. Mamie Kakamoto and Queen Legend.
Queen Legend?
Yes, her name is Queen Legend in the credits.
Oh, okay.
Runtime is an hour and 27 minutes, and basically that's the cast. There's 3 people and a 4th person who makes vague appearances around the edges.
And one of them sleeps through the film.
Most of it, yeah.
2 young women wandering the city after avoiding one of their mother's funerals stumbles on another woman who's suffering from a severe case of recurring sleep paralysis. They slowly learn it's not just a simple medical condition. We both agree it's a slow-moving one, but it was very good.
And super low budget, but they did a lot with it, I thought.
It's basically 3 people in a house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of it, yeah. And a video camera. Because we open on a videotape of April talking about her sleep paralysis. She is afraid it's going to kill her. And we watch it happen as credits roll. The sleep paralysis, not getting killed. We watch as Riz and Miles walk along the track past a landfill. They admire the graffiti and then stop to steal some beer.
It's not the best part of town.
No, it's pretty seedy. They really don't like beer, but it was fun to steal it. They argue about not going to the funeral. Riz's mother has recently died, and she has regrets. Miles does her best to cheer her up, and they hang out. Well, the 2 keep walking. They soon end up in a very bad part of town, and they bump into April, who is walking around like a sleep-deprived zombie.
Which she basically is.
Yeah. Well, April goes home to her very neglected-looking house. She watches another videotape. She says she hasn't slept more than an hour a day in weeks. She's recording all this before he takes me, she says. This is my final tape, she explains. I'm at the end of the line. Well, Riz and Miles are still wandering around through the bad neighborhood, and Riz decides to go into one of the houses there. Why? Because.
Sounds like the thing to do.
Well, she thinks it's abandoned, and they quickly realize that's actually April's house.
It's got lights on inside.
It's got lights on, yeah. Well, inside, Riz starts digging through the stuff and finds April's video camera and TV. She plays the tape and watches as April explains her problem. There are a lot of tapes. It's been going on a while, and she's been trying to document it. Well, they go upstairs and find April in bed, apparently in some kind of seizure. She's deep in sleep paralysis. Riz wants to help the older woman, but Miles just wants to get out of there before the police come and get them for breaking in.
What could go wrong?
Well, we find out.
It's got a tiny cast, and obviously a tiny budget as well. Still, it's well shot and looks really good.
Yeah, I was impressed.
April's accent makes it a little hard to follow at the times. And this is a problem because she's the one who does most of the talking and explaining of what's really going on here.
Mm-hmm.
She's on the tapes, and she's, I'm guessing, Chinese?
That was my guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's got an accent, and it's a little, I found it hard to follow. I picked up enough of it, but it would have been nice if it had been someone speaking a little more clearly. But this is a story about guilt and personal trauma, and maybe a sleep demon or two as well.
Yeah, that reminds me, there was another person in the cast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awfully slow-paced, but good otherwise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, low on action, but I was never bored watching it. I'd give it a thumbs up. Liked it.
And that leaves the death of Snow White.
Want to go to a run fest?
These people did.
Yeah.
Directed by Jason Brooks. Written by Jason Brooks and Naomi Mechem-Miller. Stars Sanae Loutsis, Chelsea Edmundson, and Tristan Nokes. Hour and 50 minutes. We got some long ones this week.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a trailer in the usual place.
Well, to spoiler free, it's a dark retelling of a classic fairy tale. This one is a good watch if you really enjoy Renaissance festivals, like we mentioned. It appears to have been filmed at one, with that level of realism throughout in almost all the aspects. The story has the logic of a fairy tale, and it has some entertaining moments and ideas, but we both thought it was kind of long and drawn out. It didn't work for us very well.
No, it was pretty slow. I thought it ended pretty well.
The ending picks up nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a slog getting
First
there.
hour and 20 minutes. Slog was the word I was about to use.
It's a long time getting there, yeah.
An old woman chases a young woman up the stairs in the castle. The old woman whispers some magic words, and the other starts to puke up maggots. She then makes the guard kill himself. Then she goes to the bedroom of a very pregnant woman and stabs her with a dagger.
A poison dagger.
All the king's doctors get to work trying to save the baby. The dying queen looks out the window and talks about how beautiful the snow is, 'cause it's white.
Mm-hmm.
On the way out, the witch takes out more guards and encounters a buff dwarf with an axe. And she knows him. They fight epically, and she runs him through, and then makes her escape while wounded.
Yeah,
Credits roll.
And how he wounds her too. She badly breaks his arm with a compound fracture. The bone is sticking out of his forearm. He stabs her with his forearm bone
repeatedly.
Yeah, which actually we find out later that her weakness. She's the wicked witch. Her weakness is dwarf bones that they work against her and counter her magic. So yeah,
quick! Where do I find some more dwarf bones?
So that I thought that was a bright spot in this. That the dwarves are badass in this.
They are.
Yeah.
Years later, at what appears to be a still medieval Renfest, Princess Snow White likes the look of the prince. There's some awkward flirting between the two. Meanwhile, the queen looks at the results of an experiment of arsenic skincare on a subject. She'll try mercury next. She looks out the window at Snow and hates her. The magic mirror knows all about her plans.
And that was another bright spot, too. The magic mirror.
The mirror is pretty
really
cool, yes.
Yeah, it's not a typical, yeah.
The queen has lost some blood, wants the huntsman to kill one of Snow's friends to replace it. His group of hunters arrive at the festival and search for a victim. They are not subtle.
No, not at all.
Meanwhile, Snow and the prince look at sparkly lights in the forest. Huntsman Kaiser kills the girl and attacks Snow and the prince. Huntsman Gunnar, however, is loyal to Snow and helps her escape into the dark forest. Snow and Sophie run into monsters in the woods, and they tear Sophie in half.
Ouchie.
Huh?
Owie.
Yeah.
Owie.
The prince and his search party look for Snow White, who's wandering through the forest, bloody and dazed. Back at the castle, the mirror gives the queen some advice on how to have it all. Snow is captured by the huntsman, who put her to sleep and carry her back. No, they're interrupted by a pack of dwarves who have come to rescue Snow. None of them like the queen either, so they all become allies. Many of them worked for her father, the king, and even helped in her childbirth.
And I liked one amusing point, too. One of the dwarves is a normal-sized guy. He's actually a
tiny
big guy, yeah. And, but we don't talk about that. They kind of, because Snow White kind of asks, one of you doesn't, and they're all like, shh,
don't tell him.
Yeah.
All right, well, skipping down to the bottom here, the story is fine, but the execution leaves a lot to be desired. The dialogue and sets seem to come straight from Renaissance festivals. They skimped on that budget for sure.
And the costuming, that's a way to make it happen.
They told their story.
Yeah.
Most of the scenes with the queen involve some kind of body horror, and there are some pretty cool monsters in the dark forest. So yeah, it's definitely a horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
The dwarves are fun and very well done. They're the best part, I thought. Some of the actors, in quotes, in this seem to have never spoken on screen before, so the dialogue gets really clunky with some people.
There were a few folks that way, yeah.
What was the deal with Wilhelm and Jacob, the two background characters that are writing a story?
You were comparing them to
Timon and Pumbaa
from The Lion King.
They're just there, and most of the scenes commenting on stuff and being stupid.
For comic relief and stupidity, yeah.
The pacing is very slow,
mm-hmm.
and I thought it got pretty boring at points. It does pick up a lot in the final half hour when we finally get some action. It's decent once you get through the opening scenes.
I'm not going to say I hated it, but I thought it was too long.
Yeah,
too long and draggy to get to that ending.
I'll go straight up 5 stars on it. It's okay.
Yeah, 5 or 6. Yeah.
Well, hey.
Definitely Thelma being the best of the week.
Yeah. Godzilla could have been good if it had been named something else.
It was entertaining.
Well, that's it for this week. Tune in next week where we will have 5 more movies. We already mentioned The Legend of Boggy Creek will be one of them.
That's another sort of documentary. It's not based on a real crime, though. It's based on a Bigfoot, an early Bigfoot movie.
And since then, I have been trying to decide if I saw this when it came out or not.
I think
1972, so it's old.
It's likely that I did, but I don't remember it at all.
I'm sure I never saw it at the theater, but there were so many Bigfoot movies and shows on in the 70s. I'll bet I picked this up at some point.
Yeah, likely. Yeah.
And then we'll watch a couple of brand new movies next week that we are yet to be determined.
It's
Surprise!
Surprise!
Yeah. Oh, hey, we're only a few days from Christmas.
Could be Christmas movies.
You know what?
What?
If you go over to Amazon.com and pick up the Horror Guy's Guide to the Horror Films of Christmas in ebook, you can have it immediately.
There are so many Christmas horror movies.
And if you order it real soon in paperback, you might have it Tuesday or Wednesday before Christmas. It would make an interesting gift for somebody, possibly.
Yeah.
And it has 75 horrible Christmas movies. Or maybe they're Christmassy horror-full movies.
Christmas horror.
Yeah.
Some of them were quite good.
Oh, yeah,
Some of them were
a lot
real,
of them are good.
Some of them were real good.
Some of them weren't.
Yeah. So it's a mix.
That's what the book is for, to tell you which is which.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm Brian.
And I'm Kevin.
And we'll see you next week.
See ya.